Hey everyone, I hope everyone is having an amazing day and I hope the month of May is going great for you guys. So, I am doing a pick a card reading, but this is a little different. This is a pick a card affirmation reading, and what this is, this is a message from the universe, this is a message from spirit on what type of affirmation or things that they want you to focus on. So, with any of my pick a card readings, please take a moment and look at each card. This is card number one or pile number one, card number two or pile number two, and card number three and pile number three. You can pause the video if you want to take a deep breath and focus on which card or cards you're drawn to. And maybe you're not even drawn to a specific card. Maybe also too, you're looking at these beautiful crystals at the bottom. Once again, this is pile or card number one, and right here we have the tiger's eye crystal with this one. And then we have pile and card number two, we have citrine. And then we have for card number three or pile number three, the amethyst crystal. So once again, as I want to just reiterate again, this is a pick a card affirmation reading. This is a message that the spirit or the universe wants you to focus on, to get more information and learn about. So you can choose from pile number one, two, or three, or if you have multiple cards you're drawn to. Take a moment, breathe, and I'll be back with the reveal for each one. All right, my pile number ones. So the message that we have from Spirit and the universe is, I choose to learn through love. So what I am getting from this and what Spirit wants you to know is, if you're going through a hard time right now, if things seem like they're not going your way, they want you to choose to learn through love instead of hate, and frustration. I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes when we are caught up in a situation where we don't know what to do next, and we're just frustrated, we're impatient, we just want the answers. We want to know what's going on, what's happening. It's easy for us to get off path as far as, what we really are trying to accomplish. So Spirit's just letting you know that if you're going through any of these emotions or any, thing like that at this present moment in time, choose to learn through love instead of a negative mindset or hate, because you're going to get a lot more positive results moving forward instead of choosing to go in the other direction. So I hope this message resonates and helps. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next readings. Bye. Hey, my pile number twos, welcome back. So if you chose this card, the card we have that Spirit in the universe wants you to learn or focus on is, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So what I am getting from this is that Spirit in the universe just wants you to know that if you think that, you've kind of just gone with the flow, stopped focusing so much or so hard on things, they want you to surrender more. And I know this message for me has always been very hard. Whenever I go and I talk to the universe or to Spirit, I'm just like, hey, you told me to release my reins and my grip on things, and I have, and yet I still am not getting what I'm looking for. I'm not getting the answers. Well, it's because, Spirit is telling you, you think you've surrendered enough, but there's more to go. There's still a bit of you or a part of you that's still holding on and trying to take control of the situation. And the universe and Spirit's just letting you know that, this is nothing that you can handle right now. You've done everything that you possibly can. So right now, you just kind of have to surrender and let the outcome unfold. They have everything under control. They've heard your prayers, they heard your wishes, they've heard, your pleas and your cries. Now, all it's up to you to do is just let it be. And they will go and move forward in the right and proper way to make sure that you receive what is of the highest and the best quality for you and your situation. So I hope this reading resonated with you guys. If so, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, my pile number 3. So if you chose this pile, we have the beautiful amethyst crystal. And the message that Spirit in the universe wants you to know and focus on is, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. So this is actually kind of funny. This card, I feel like, is a combination of pile number 1 and pile number 2. If you haven't looked or chose those piles, you can go back and look at those readings. But essentially what I'm getting from this card is letting me know and letting you guys know, like this, the universe and spirit is trying to let you know, is that you're the creator of meaningful and mindful moments throughout your day. Regardless if you're having a positive day or a negative day, your mindset is what is going to interpret how your day moves forward. And if you focus on the negatives of your day, then all you're going to get is negativity. But if you try and focus on, a positive outcome or spin to your day, then, that's what you're going to get. Just a quick story. Something that happened to me recently was I had sold a few things on Facebook Marketplace. And I was really excited because I was just like, oh, I'll have a little extra money for myself and I can use it for, my leisure. And I'm not even joking, the next day, the battery light on my dashboard went off. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm not a mechanic. I really don't know what any of that stuff means. But the first thought in my mind was like, is my battery dying in my car? Am I going to have to get a new battery? And I took it to the mechanic the next day, and they were like, oh, well, unfortunately, you're going to need a new alternator. And I was just like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. And, the mechanic, it was really nice, super sweet. He actually ended up giving me a little bit of a discount. Plus, also, too, I had a voucher for any service that I wanted to use. And, the first thing that popped in my mind is, this is so costly. Like, I don't feel like tapping into my savings. Like, what the hell? But what is kind of funny, and also too, now looking back at it, the money that I made for selling those things on Marketplace actually ended up being the amount or close to the amount of how much it was going to cost for me to get my alternator fixed. So, the way I looked at it in that moment, it was a negative because I was just like, why me? Like, I went and, sold these things just so I can have a little bit of money for myself. And, now I'm looking at it as I could have ended up going and digging into my savings to pay for this costly thing with my car. However, God, Spirit, Universe, made it so that I didn't have to. That extra money that I was going to, use for myself, and I actually didn't really have anything specifically in mind allocated towards it. They were like, hey, we gave you this money so that way you can fix this problem. And it was just very timely of it happening. And, like I said, you could look at it in a negative, like, oh, of course, as soon as you get money coming in, you have this, expense. But it's like, I'm looking at it in a way of my expenses taken care of. And if you can try and take any negative part of your day and kind of flip it like I did and look at it in a positive way, that's where your miracles are going to come in. And to me, honestly, looking back, it is a miracle. It was a miracle that happened naturally for me, and I'm very blessed about it. So this was my pile number 3s. I hope this reading resonated with you. I hope this message, my personal message and the message from the universe, resonated from you. If so, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next readings. Have a good one. Bye.